Hey guys, Alphonse here from OSP, and in this video I'm going to take you through the basics of WordPress so you can get started so quickly. Now let's talk about WordPress. As we said earlier, WordPress, it's a content management CMS. What it does is it helps us create and come up with websites so quickly, and websites that are more dynamic. And WordPress, it can do almost anything web related. You can do it with WordPress. It's a powerful tool to learn, and it's so easy to get started with. So let's talk about WordPress, but before we get started, let's first talk about the installation. Let's see how we can install WordPress on our machine so we can start using it as we are going on with this video. Now, installing WordPress, it happens in some steps, and we're going to talk through them. Now, the first thing we need to get started with the software itself, we'll need a local server. In this case, we are going to use XAMPP, but if you have another server like WAMP or LAMP, it can also work, because WordPress only needs a server to run, because it runs on it's running on PHP and MySQL. So those are server-side technologies, and they need the server to run on your machine. So we need to create as well the database, because a website with WordPress is called a dynamic website. So a dynamic website, of course, it needs a database to store data and allow the retrieval of data, which can be automated. Now, lastly, thirdly, we have to upload our WordPress files to the server. Of course, once we get the software, we have to upload it to the server. There's a folder, the public folder called htdocs. That's a folder which we'll use, and within that folder we're going to paste our WordPress file. So when we are sending the WordPress files to the server, that's the folder we need to look at. Remember, we are using XAMPP. Now, finally, we'll have to install WordPress. Okay, we have to install WordPress, and then after installation, we are going to log in our dashboard or the admin panel. Okay, so let's get started and get the software on our machine so we can get started. Now, this is the page. You can go to this URL right there to get XAMPP, the latest version, if you don't have one. Now, just click on the version which is more for your computer. If you are running on a Linux, you go there. If you are running on Apple or Mac OS X, so you can go right there. So I'm running on Windows and running a 64-bit, so that's my option. Now, I already have the software, so I'm not going to download that, but I'm going to just install instead the one I already have here. So I have one already, and I'm going to just install it. The installation is just so quick and easy. Just go ahead and install it. Alright, as it is installing, yep, as it's coming, I may also close this one, get rid of this. Alright, so it's once you click on the software, it's going to get started. And once it's started, you can start installing it. But I already have an installation of XAMPP on my computer, so let's just click next, and then boom. Alright, next, and right there. So that's it, and that's the installation. So you keep clicking next until the installation is done. I already have one, so no need to install this. Alright, so next we'll get the software, WordPress. Now, to get WordPress, you go to www.wordpress.org, and this is the official website of WordPress, where you get the software itself, and themes and plugins, which we are going to talk about later. Now click the button get WordPress, so it will download the WordPress for you. Oops, it's like I don't have the internet connection, but I'm going to try and log in. Let me see if I can log in. Let me try to switch on my server. Alright, so this is the link. You click there, then you'll download WordPress. You can download it as a zip or as another format. You'll find different formats, so you can download WordPress as a zip. Once you got it, then you can I've already downloaded one, so that's WordPress 5.2, which is the latest version. Yeah, version 5.2.2, I guess that's the last version. Now this is it. So once you get WordPress, then it's time to upload the files to the server under a folder called local htdocs on our server. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to copy and then go to my local disk C, and right there XAMPP, go to XAMPP, which is the installation folder of XAMPP, which is our server, and there's a folder called htdocs right there. So I'm going to click it, and I'm going to create here a quick folder. I'm going to call it what should I call it? Because there's a I'm going to call it OSP internship, right? OSP internship, okay? OSP internship, should I? Alright, that's how I'm going to call it, OSP internship. So in this folder I'm going to paste my WordPress files, and then because it's a zip, I'm going to unzip it. So say extract files here. Yep, extract files here. So after extraction, I can get rid of the zip because I no longer need it. Alright, so that's it. So these are the WordPress files, but I don't want them inside this folder, so I'm going to get them out of here. Cut. I'm going to get them out of here. Just select all of them and say cut, then go back and paste them on this. Yes, just that I want them to be the first things when I open this folder, so I can get rid of that folder too. Alright, so now I have the WordPress file uploaded to my server. What I need is to create a database, but before I create a database, I need to first make sure my server is running, because remember, the database is a server side. It runs on the server, so I will need definitely a server to run the database. So I'm going to activate my server, and this is how you do it. Just type XAMPP or go to XAMPP control panel if it's already installed on the machine, of course. And this is the panel. It allows you to start different services offered by the server. So you can there are so many: Apache, MySQL, FileZilla, and so many. Okay. Now we only need the first one, which is Apache services as a server, and then we need the database services as well. So I'm going to activate the database. So that being activated, just going to yeah, it was already started. That's the PID. Okay, now this is done, and I need to now create a database. How you do that? It's just you could go to the browser and can open a new tab. Just say localhost. Localhost is of course we are working on a local server, so that's how you access some files in the htdocs. You just type localhost, and then it's going to take you through direct to the server. By default, it will load in the server page, server information pages, which is if you just type localhost, this is what it shows you. and it tells you more about the server and what's in and what's not in, you know, a lot of things there. So just click on PHP My Admin. You know, if it takes you here, click PHP My Admin, and then there you are. Now PHP My Admin will allow us to create a database, and we can see what's inside. We can delete and add up stuff. So what we need right now is to create a database for our website, and we can name it, I think should we name it maybe OSP internship internship DB. This is how I call my database, OSP internship DB. All right, OSP internship DB. All right, I guess that's correct. Okay, so OSP internship DB, that's the database. After that, you just create. Okay, well, the database is already created, OSP internship DB, that's right. Now after it's created, I'm going to just install the WordPress itself. Now this is how you install WordPress. Remember, we created a folder called OSP internship in our htdocs folder. So to go to that folder, I'll go to localhost / and then I'll say OSP internship. Yeah, that's right. So I just say enter, and then it will give me the installation, the WordPress installation page. Why? Because I have the WordPress files in that very folder. This one, that's the folder on my server, and this is the host. Okay, I'm being hosted online, offline, I mean locally. So that's the local host, and this is the folder in the htdocs, and well, this is just the path to the config file. Now this is it, and what we need here is a database name and a database username, password, the database host, and the table prefix if we are planning to run more than one WordPress and a single database. But if you are here and we already have a database, then we are good to go. Just click let's go, and then here we'll provide the name of our database, and of course we call it internship DB. That's how we call it. And the username, you put root. It's the username by default when you don't set any username. For mostly locally in you know, root works, and that's what you should put there, root. But if you are using a different username for your database, then you should definitely put a different one. But if you didn't set any password for your local server, I mean for your database, then this should not be there. Okay, root is the one, so we're going to put the password. No password, we are not using any password, so you just delete it and leave the folder empty, I mean the field empty. Database host, it's still localhost, we are leaving localhost, so that's it. And this is the table prefix. Right now we don't need it, just click submit, and whoa, wow, this is really something. It cannot connect to the database. Let me find why. Just click back, let's check the database. Voila, there's a underscore instead of a dash right there. So you just need to make sure the information you are providing here is accurate. So let's click submit, and then it says, wow, say, are you sure? Well, I got to try again, I guess. So that's internship DB username, and then here the password is empty and localhost. Boom, now I can go. That's it, the installation is ready to start. So just run the installation, and here this is the page whereby now you can create, like WordPress is already installed. Now you need to just I mean, we are almost finishing the installation. Now here we just need to provide some information that will allow us to manage the website we are trying to create, because we are going to be the admin of the website. Now here we just need to provide some information like the site title, and we're going to say internship at OSP OSP internship official website, not official, but it's just a tutorial. Now we need to username, of course. Maybe using username as internship. Oops, should I do that really? Well, yeah, let's say username is internship and the password is internship. Okay, I hope I remember that. Internship is the username. Now this is a very weak password, so easy to guess by a computer hacker. Now that's why it's in red and it says very weak. But to go past this step, you just need to confirm that you are using a weak password so that you don't blame WordPress later when you are hacked. Just click there and then boom. Well, the password is internship. Good. Now the email, you need to provide your email where they will contact you from. So I can say Alphonse at OSP IT. Well, this is my email, so you can put yours as well. digitosolutions.com. Now that's just an email. Well, then this one, don't tick it, just leave it the way it is. It's if you do so, your website will not be indexed in search engine, okay? But just leave it the way it is, okay? We'll talk about that later when we talk about SEO. Now, just when you have provided enough information, mostly the title of your site and then the username and the password that you will be using as the admin. And this is also known as the famous 5-minute WordPress installation process because it's just so fast, you know, like if I just click and it will just finish, like, you know, so quick. So that's it. Once the installation is done, we are going to the next step, which will be to log into the admin panel. And then after we log in, we'll have control of our website, okay? So let's do that. Now say WordPress install, thank you, and enjoy. Now this is it. Of course we are going to enjoy it. Now this is it. That's a username and the password. For security reason, it can't just be displayed on the screen because you know the password you use, so you can use it to log in and you'll see in your control panel. This is called the dashboard, the admin login panel, okay? This is the form, this is the panel that you use to log in to your WordPress, to be connected to it and access the backends of your website, okay? Because we later realize that WordPress has two parts, like your website will have the front end and the back end. So I have the part whereby all the users are visiting and they are seeing, and the part whereby only the admin or the authorized user can see and change things. Right now, what we need to do is to just go in with internship, which is our username, and then internship again, which is our password. So should they remember me? Of course. Let's just click and log in, and voila, this is called the WordPress dashboard. It's like the back end of your website. It's like what is happening, you control them. You can add a page, you can add a post, you can add a menu, you can do so many things just in the background. And now where's the front end now? Okay, the front end, you can just go right there and click visit site, or if I don't need to replace it by this window, then I just go and say opening new tab, open the link is new tab, you know, then you can see this is the front end of the website. So you can see it's just the localhost and then the name of your folder, okay? And then the back end, it's that one there, okay? So that's it. That's the back end. This is where things happen, like we add pages, we delete, we modify content, we update the website, okay? And this will be affected by all the changes that are done in the back end, okay? In the dashboard, the WordPress dashboard, or the admin panel, whatever you call it, okay? So that's it. And from here now we can move on and start doing advanced stuff. So let's do this and see what's next.